Hello, my name is Kath DeFilippo. I am Team Manager of Mid and West Wales Advocacy Service provided by TGP Cymru. Thank you for taking the time to read and hear our presentation. Our aim here is to explore the services that we provide in your local area and to encourage you to refer anyone you think may benefit. I'm sure most of you are aware of advocacy as a wider concept and advocate on behalf of the children and young people you work with. Advocacy is promoting children and young people's views, wishes and feelings to ensure they are taken into account and acted upon during any decision-making processes. The principle of advocacy is enshrined in the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Child. It is about representing children and young people, being on their side, upholding their rights and not working from a best interest perspective. We provide independent professional advocacy, meaning we do not play any other roles in the lives of the young people we work with. We are independent of any other service. This slide demonstrates what advocacy is, what advocacy is not, and what we as independent professional advocates must do to advocate on behalf of the children and young people that we work with. When we explain to children and young people what advocacy is, we often use this traffic light image. Our support to children and young people will often relate to something they want to stop, something they want to change, or something they want to start. Advocacy and independent professional advocacy services have undergone much change in the last 10 years, leading to today where we have a national approach to statutory advocacy here in Wales. In 2012, the then Children's Commissioner Keith Towler reported in Missing Voices the many flaws in the provision of advocacy services for looked after children, care leavers and children in need. There was inequality of funding across the various local authorities in Wales. There was no consistent criteria for access to advocacy, nor any consistent reporting on advocacy provision. Children and young people didn't know about their rights to advocacy, and not all advocacy services were independent of the local authorities. There were also issues in terms of lack of standardised training for independent professional advocates. The national approach to the statutory advocacy will now ensure these flaws are addressed and ensure a standardised advocacy service regardless of where the young people live in Wales. In 2014, the Social Services Wellbeing Act placed advocacy on a statutory footing. The law now states that children and young people have the right to say what they think should happen when adults are making decisions that affect them. Here in Mid and West Wales, we provide active offer of advocacy, the issue-based advocacy, non-instructed advocacy, residential visiting advocacy, and volunteer independent visitor scheme. In order to overcome the challenge that children and young people did not know they were entitled to an independent professional advocate, the active offer of advocacy meeting was introduced as part of the statutory advocacy provision. It involves a designated meeting between an advocate and a child or young person who is a child or young person entering the care system or a child or young person entering the child protection arena. It's very important that the young person has given consent for the meeting to take place. Social workers should offer all eligible children the opportunity to meet with an advocate to learn about advocacy. If the child or young person accepts the offer, the social worker should make a referral to the local advocacy project, requesting an active offer meeting to take place with the child or young person. In your local area, the referral will be made to our service. If you're aware of a child or young person that should have received the active offer to advocacy meeting but have not, please get in touch today to refer. This slide details the process we follow when we receive an active offer referral. We offer a blended approach to advocacy delivery, including face-to-face meetings with children and young people, as well as virtual engagement as directed by children and young people to best suit their needs. If the child or young person would like independent professional advocacy support following the active offer meeting, we will arrange this for them. During the active offer of advocacy meeting, we provide children and young people with lots of information about advocacy in general and other services they can use for support. If children or young people have accessed advocacy support previously or do not require the active offer of advocacy meeting for any other reason, we offer issue-based advocacy support for children supported by Children's Services, aged 0 to 21 or up to the age of 25 if they're in education or training. Feedback from children and young people is really important to us, and we're keen to share what some of them have to say about our service. One young person said, "My advocate helped me speak out loud. It worked and made me feel better." Another said, "Now I know children have rights. It makes me feel more confident." Another said, "They always asked me my opinion and let me know about decisions that affected me." One young person drew a picture for their advocate, which said, "You are the best, Kerry. You listen and help all the time. You're funny and you are nice." The next two slides explain how we support children and young people who can't communicate or instruct us as others do. We believe advocacy services should be accessible to all children and young people. Therefore, we use what is called non-instructed advocacy. Non-instructed advocacy is a different form of advocacy, and we would encourage you to contact us to discuss how we can help you if you feel you know a child or young person that would really benefit from this support. We also offer an independent visitor service where volunteer befrienders support children and young people looked after up to the age of 18 with a monthly visit. Please get in touch if you know of a child or young person who would benefit from this service, or if you know of someone who would like to volunteer. We also offer residential visiting advocacy. Within this service, the independent professional advocate will visit local authority and some private residential units on a monthly basis to empower and offer advocacy to children and young people in care. During these monthly visits, the advocates provide the children and young people with information about advocacy, information about children's rights, and offer independent professional advocacy where requested. During 2022 to 2023, 493 children and young people became eligible for the active offer of advocacy in Mid and West Wales. We received 157 active offer referrals. 112 of those referrals accepted the active offer and went on to receive issue-based advocacy. Our issue-based advocacy service worked with 878 children and young people, and we supported those with 1,084 issues. On this slide, we present some of the fantastic outcomes for children and young people that access our services. Here's how you contact us if you have any questions about the services we provide. Thank you for listening.